Hey guys, I hope you're all having a great day. I'm the Dutch Raider and today we are once again back to my favorite guns on Battlefield 5. Last week we took a look at the semi-automatic rifles that the Assault class offers. I will link it at the end of the video if you are interested in that. But now we are going to my favorite class and one of my favorite weapon categories. The medic is known for bulldozing his way around the game with his submachine gun. I've added my 5 favorite SMGs to this list. These are all weapons that I tend to run around with the most. A little disclaimer at the start of this video, this is my own personal opinion. If your favorite gun didn't make it to the list, it doesn't mean it's not good or even better to play with. It just means that I don't like to play with the gun. But to get the conversation started, let me know down below why I should have added any other weapon to this list and I might make a video on it. With that little legal disclaimer out of the way, it is time to take a look at the first weapon in this category. This might have been the hardest pick for me. There are so many SMGs available that do almost the same with slight variations that it was really hard to really pick one for the 5th place. Eventually I just looked at all the pros and cons on row banter and decided on what I look for the most in an SMG, which is controllability and speed. It was a close match between the MP28 and the MP40, but I had to make the hard choice and the MP40 drops in on the 5th place in this list. Due to its relative high damage, fast reload, fast bullet velocity and sizable magazine of 32 rounds, I like to run the MP40 completely specialized on the left side of the tree. With quick reload, enhanced grips, polished action and the recoil buffer, this weapon doesn't only dominate in close quarter battles, it also packs a punch if you're pushing it out to medium ranges. Just remember that you're not an assault rifle or sniper, so keep yourself focused on short to medium ranged engagements. Personally, I really like the iron sights on it, as it gives me this true World War II feeling that we all know and love from the movies. Coming in on number 4, it is the STEN gun. The reason why I added this SMG is because not only is it the default SMG of the medic class, it is the first SMG I tried to level up. It is also a very versatile SMG. Just like the MP40, it doesn't beat the rest of this list when it comes to rate of fire, but this piece of hardware is very controllable for the most stretched out maps in the game. With its very controllable recoil, relative high damage and fastest bullet velocity amongst all SMGs, the STEN gun is a good contender to use in between the short and medium ranges. I personally specialize it the complete opposite of the MP40, with quick aim, ported barrel, barrel bedding and a custom stock to make this weapon my ultimate weapon for pushing up and into objectives, whilst keeping it accurate for longer ranges. This is my go-to weapon for breakthrough on any map that isn't completely built up and offers some longer ranges that I need to cover. Couple this SMG with smokes and it makes for a very decent medic weapon. Especially when you focus on the reviving part of the class, this weapon is a lifesaver in almost any situation. On number 3, it is the most iconic weapon on this list. You didn't think that I left this beauty behind, did you? It is the M1928A1, more commonly known as the Thompson or Tommy gun. This weapon is my flame, my muse and everything I love about Battlefield 5. This weapon isn't just aesthetically pleasing, it is also very viable as an SMG. With a decent rate of fire of 720 rounds per minute, it shreds up the enemy. It has the same high damage profile as the STEN and the MP40, but with its higher rate of fire, its time to kill is just better. I've decked this beauty out with quick aim, custom stock, extended magazine and a recoil buffer. With all this added up, it has an amazing 50 round magazine and is slightly better controllable, which is also one of its downsides. The recoil on this beast is quite high. Luckily, most of it is vertical recoil, which just takes a bit of getting used to. It also has a lower bullet velocity than the other weapons, with 330 meters per second. So don't expect using this weapon at longer ranges, as you will get outgunned by other weapons. But other than this weapon is just so much fun to use. This weapon deserves its number 3 spot, not only because it is a very decent SMG, but primarily because it makes you feel like a 1930s gangster running around the streets of New York. Give me a single reason why you would pass up on this gun. That's right, there isn't any. Before we get to our top 2 of today, let me know which weapon type you would like to see covered next, as we continue our Battlefield 5 vibes in 2021. If you like this video, a like is very much appreciated, and if you want to never miss out on new content, Hit that subscribe button and the little bell to get an update every time we release a video. Also, if you guys are on Facebook, check out our page where I try to build up this Battlefield community with you and try to regularly upload short clips. Now, the number 1 and 2 on this list were very close to each other, even though they differ greatly on what their strengths are. Eventually, I chose to place this weapon second because of its more limited uses in the game. Don't get me wrong, the Nambu Type 2A is a true destroyer of men, but it just lacks the range that I tend to keep of my enemy in Battlefield 5. Nonetheless, it is very deserving of its second place. With its whopping 1028 rounds per minute, it is the second fastest firing weapon in the game. But with its light bolt, increasing this to 1200, making it on par with the MG42. It is just that I prefer the 50 round magazine over the increase in rate of fire, so we'll keep it at 1028 RPM. I decked this most hated weapon of the game out with quick aim, custom stock, extended magazine and a recoil buffer. It is snappy, fast firing and needs that 50 round magazine to dominate on the battlefield. Besides that, it also has the fastest reload time of all SMGs, so you will only be limited by how fast the support player can spam out its supply pouches. This weapon is amazing at close quarters, making it unbeatable by any other weapon. Not only in its maneuverability and time to kill, but also in the sheer fear that it brings to the enemy. Although it has been nerfed numerous times, it is still the most common weapon on Underground, and rightly so. At last we have come to the best SMG in my honest opinion. It is the Type 100, the most versatile SMG that I could find. I love using it with the crosshair sights and run around with it on almost any map. This SMG fires a respectable 720 rounds per minute, so it isn't quickly outgunned up close. Only against the Type 2A maybe. Besides that, it has all round great stats. A bullet velocity of 420 meters per second, making it even viable for slightly longer range firefights. Coupled with the slightest recoil of all SMGs, making the Type 100 to a very formidable weapon that can be used in any situation. Because it is already very accurate at range, I've specialized mine to be a hipfire beast, with quick aim, enhanced grips, polished action and a recoil buffer for even more accuracy at range. Besides its recoil, it is above average on every other category, which is why this weapon might not stand out between some other SMGs who are better at a certain category, but it is one weapon that should not be thought of lightly. It has provided me with hours of fun and also some great gameplay moments where it was this weapon that really made the difference for me. Let me know what your favorite SMG is on this list, or which weapon I might have overlooked while making this list. If you like this video, please leave a like, check out the subscribe button for more, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!